Hey, this is Elgin from the Cracktastic Posse Podcast, back with another Predator Friends Day video. We are continuing on with the episode 2 for the Kenner Predators. This line came out in the mid-90s, and today we are looking at let me look at the name, Spiked Tail Predator. Like I said, this came out in 1994. It was a Series 1, just like the Clam Leader. It was also a Series 1. I don't know if I mentioned that last time, but it is a spiked tail predator released in 1994 by Kenner. It throws punishing assault discs, as you can see on the back there. You can slide the face mask on and off and attach the arm weapon as well, which is already attached to his arm. So let's just take a closer look at this figure and just bask in the glory of mid-90s Predator figures. So this is kind of inspired by Oz from Ostradamus Toys. Shout out to him and everything he does for his channel. So, take a look at the figure. He does in his hand. Much of the movement like these are kind of 5 points of articulation. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 for his movement of his waist. His head doesn't really move because he has this long dread hair that turns into a spike ball. His dreads are basically braided, and they are blocked by his kind of backpack area. I'll take this off. Blocked right there, so he can't really turn his head any more than that because it's the plasma blaster is blocking him. So we'll take off his arm weapon, and we'll take off his mask as well. So, looking at the figure itself, it looks like he has another weapon that's attached to his arm. He's holding it there. And the kind of the golden color with this as well is pretty cool. And there's his feet there. He can kind of stand in a certain pose like that. But if we look at his face here, he still kind of has part of his mask attached, even when you take off his regular face mask. He's got a couple horns there as well. Same kind of colored armor, that kind of goldish bronze colored armor. Very good details, very good paint apps for something that's almost going to be 30 years old next year. So, looking at this, he can also, just kind of his hand is open as well. So, the weapons they give him are this kind of, looks kind of like a blaster type weapon that you can attach to his arm like that and use that to attack with. If you don't want to use that, you can store it on his back like that as well, or up, either way, but it can be stored on his back. The mask itself is kind of an open mask, which isn't normal. You can actually see his eyes through the mask. That just slots into these top holes on his head and just pushes in like that. And now you have his mask on. We'll take it off again. The discs, there are 3 of these discs, and they all stack together. These are the throwing discs that he has, almost like the smart discs, precursor to that, I guess, for the I guess the second movie would already come out, I guess. Anyway, so something similar to that, or like the shurikens that he throws in AVP. Those can be. At first, I thought they went into this hand because it looks like you should be able to throw it almost like a skeet shoot. You just launch it, which it does have that feature of action feature of a waist action where it flings it out like that. I did see if someone attached him to his, do this to the camera, there arm like that as well, but you can't really launch him out. So the way I was looking at this is maybe like this, you know, or let's see if I can do that again without it falling. Maybe up like that, possibly. Okay, right, yeah. I'll get him in his. There, that kind of worked. Let's do that again. Oh, yes. You have to kind of get him in that position, turned already, and then you can and have it fail miserably. Anyway, that's basically of his action feature is launching these discs. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to go in there. Haven't really quite figured out the best way to put them in there. Well, maybe like that. That looks like it might work. Or fall off immediately. Let's do this. Let's get them like this. I didn't have any. These are all. I found all these loose. This figure loose, complete but loose. So I didn't really have any instructions. That works a little better. If I could get him to this. Do you have to say this? Spiked hair really gets in the way of the action feature. It's really kind of annoying, but we'll work through it, I guess. Muddle through it. Okay, that works better. It does look like you can slot them into there. There was a little spot for it to kind of work. How exactly it's supposed to go in there is just another. But it does look like they are supposed to kind of go in there. They kind of go in there, but not really. Just the way it's made, it doesn't really want to properly go in there. So, I mean, either here or like that, maybe. So, yeah. It works most of the time. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how you would put it in there, because it does have a little slot right there. So I'm guessing it goes sideways. I wonder if I stack all of them together. Where's that old at? Come on, stack together. So over here as well. If we stack all of them together, just like a big 3 thing, then get the middle one to go in. No, that doesn't really work. Almost does. It almost wants to, but I think just doing one at a time will work better, because you can also just use that on here and have him blast away. That's pretty much it for the, I keep forgetting his name, Spiked Tail Predator. It's not really a tail, it's his hair, but it's fine. Spiked Tail Predator from 1994, from Kenner Toys. We'll put everything back on him. Put all these. I usually just put these on his back like that to store them. And where's my thing? So there he is, the Spiked Tail Predator from Kenner. I hope you enjoyed our look at these vintage Predator toys. If you like any of these other videos, be sure to like and subscribe. When these videos come out, which would be on Predator Preds Day. That's like Wednesday, but you put Pred in front of it, so Preds Day. You can go to our website, which is www.cracktasticpasta.com. You'll find links to all of our social medias that we post everything on. You can also look at our sponsors, which are Toy Hacks at toyhacks.com and Big Bad Toy Store, where you can use our affiliate link, bbts.cracktasticast.com, and that sends you straight to their website where you can change your bookmarks and keep our bookmark as that bookmark. And it shows them that we sent you there, so they know that we know that you know that everybody knows. Anyway, also on our website you can download our podcast, which drops every other Tuesday. Download podcast wherever you listen to podcasts, and we have our Amazon wish list there as well. If you would like to feel the generosity of generousness coursing through your veins, and you want to send us something, then we will do a video like this and talk about you in length and say thank you a million times. This has been Elgin from the Cracked Ass Plastic Podcast, and this has been the Spiked Tail Predator saying later, and I'm saying ciao for now.